Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome to all the attendees of this session. And it's now time to introduce the speaker of the day in the form of a great wisdom person. We have Dr. Rajesh Verma, Professor and Dean, Mittal School of Business, Lovely Professional University. He has excelled in the areas of market orientation, political marketing, business models, marketing research, and research management. Having more than 19 years of experience in this field, he has acted as a resource person in more than 35 faculty development programs and organized 8 national and international level conferences and workshops. He has published 18 case studies, around 50 research papers in journals, and has done an enormous amount of work in publishing books. He has also received Research Appreciation Award from Honorable Minister of Human Resource Development, Government of India. I welcome you, sir. We also have with us the most appropriate person to take up the queries regarding admissions and to save some of your money in the form of scholarships. I would like to welcome Ms. Rachana Bajaj, Senior Assistant, Lovely Professional University. Madam is going to take up the fee, scholarship, eligibility, infrastructure part of the university. I welcome you, Madam, as well. And without taking much of the time, it's now over to Dr. Rajesh Verma for content of the day. And I also request all the attendees to have a direct connection with Dr. Rajesh Verma, listen to him carefully, and bring all your queries in front of us, either in the form of text, or you raise the hand through the interface provided to you, and you'll be directly connected to Dr. Rajesh Verma for all your queries, definitely after his presentation. It's now over to Dr. Rajesh Verma finally. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rishi. A very good afternoon to all of you. And I, on behalf of Lovely Professional University, welcome you all again to this webinar on new age career options in management, commerce, and economics. So before I actually take you through the presentation, let me briefly give you an idea on where I'm coming from and a brief introduction about this school so that you are confident about what is that we are all doing and how we are performing over the years. So we were established in 2001, and so you can now very well relate that we have over 2 decades of experience in providing quality education in management, commerce, and economics. NRIF ranking, which is one of the most trustworthy ranking in the country because it is by Ministry of Education, Government of India. We have been ranked 37th amongst all the business schools in the country. That should give you the confidence of where we are coming from and the quality of the delivery which we have been doing over the years. Going abroad, going global, in India, we are ranked 2nd in business and economics subject by the Times Higher Education ranking, whereas globally, they have placed us in the rank of 500 to 600 band. Right? So that's another international ranking. Then if you look at Outlook iCare, which is another trustworthy ranking by Outlook, they have ranked us #1 in Punjab, and this is the most recent ranking they have actually given. In terms of accreditations, again, we have a global accreditation by ACBSP USA, and Mittal School of Business is amongst the first 10 institutions in the country which were accredited by ACBSP USA. And what does it mean for the students is that probably if you're trying to make your careers globally, the acceptance of our curriculum would be more because our curriculum has been approved by the accreditation bodies as of global standards. So that's the confidence which all of you should have that why an accreditation is required. Then we offer more than 25 programs at UG, PG, and PhD level. We have more than 4,500 students from almost all states of the country, which actually includes a lot of diversity and I'll talk about that a little later. So in terms of international diversity, we have 346 international students from 29 different countries, and the faculty members, 40% of the core management faculty are with industry experience, and around 66% faculty members are PhD. Now, this is a brief introduction about the school, so that you have that confidence that yes, the school is doing good regionally, nationally, as well as globally. Now, before I enter into the main topic, or before I talk about the MBA programs we offer, why is professional education required, right? So that's the most fundamental question probably everybody asks, right? So, and the basic answer to this question is that everybody wants to acquire knowledge. So that's the fundamental responsibility of any professional program, is to provide knowledge. Second is to provide experience. Now, this experience probably may not be in other programs like BA, or we talk about other programs. There, you would not be talking about experience, but in case of professional programs like MBA, BBA, right, all these programs, the experience of handling the events, the experience of working on companies' problems, the experience of organizing events, all this experience is very, very important. So that's why, again, professional education is required. And third, which every one of you would agree, is that everybody wants to build a wonderful career, and professional education is the one which offers one of the best careers, right? So now, in terms of Mittal School of Business, I'm sure all of you, as a consumer, not as a student, probably all of you are consumer, right? All of you are going to banks, all of you are going to shops, all of you are going to different institutions, right? The budget affects you. So whatever is happening all around you, probably Mittal School of Business is actually dealing with those disciplines. So Mittal School of Business deals with management, commerce, and economics, right? So you talk about businesses, you talk about entrepreneurship, you talk about family business, you talk about banks, right? You talk about anything, it actually covers, it is being covered in, you talk about economic policies, everything is what Mittal School of Business actually offers. And in this case, if I talk about the first discipline to start with, it is management. And at Mittal School of Business, we offer programs at PhD level, MBA level, BBA level, and even one diploma program in management, right? Now, if you look at the topic, which is new age career, right? Now, I would not talk about the careers in terms of what all job opportunities are there, what all technologies to making changes, right? But I'll take it from a very different perspective, and I'll talk about how do we prepare you for all these things through our programs, through our experiences, and how do we help you build career, right? So I'll take it from a very different perspective, because as of now, because you are not actually into the program, so you would not know what kind of jobs are there after MBA, right? So new age career, I'll handle it in a very different way, right? So let us say during COVID or last few years, specifically during COVID, you would have witnessed that probably technology and digitalization, right? They have grown like anything, right? Paytm, Bharat Pay, all this, right? So all, or your banking transactions, or everything, right? That means the new age career would expect everyone to be technology savvy. There is no jobs now in the market probably which does not require technology, right? If you understand a little bit about specializations in MBA, even an HR specialization, right, which used to be an interpersonal behavior handling people, now talks about HR analytics, right? All technology, AI based solutions, artificial intelligence based solutions for handling human. Data literacy, right? A lot of data is all around, right? So you use, let us say, you order something from Amazon, you watch a movie on Netflix, right? Or you are sending photographs to your friends through WhatsApp, you are messaging something through Twitter. All that is creating data. Or you are transacting, sending money through GPay to somebody, right? Everything is creating data. There is so much of data now all around, right, that the companies now, if they want to survive, they need to actually understand the data and bring out meaningful things from that data and take the decisions accordingly. So that is data literacy, that everybody should know how to handle this large amount of data, right? So that's another skill which is required for the careers which probably are emerging now, right? So I'm not talking about careers, but I'm talking about what is required for these new age careers, right? So that's very, very important. Then critical thinking. Critical thinking means you need, it's not that I am saying something and you accept it. Critical thinking is that you need to question it. Why is it happening? Why is it not happening this way, right? So more of you need to question the things which are happening and accordingly take decisions, right? Resilience, change very fast. During pandemic, you might have realized there are many companies which have become changed very, very fast, right? So that they can survive. So this skill is required in people now, that you need to be resilient and change very, very fast. And for changing very fast, you need to be more creative and innovative. You need to figure out solutions, right? For example, many companies which were actually producing liquor during, were not able to produce at that time, they converted themselves into producing your hand sanitizers, right? So you need to think, how do you survive quickly? How do you work out solutions when there is a lot of problem around? You cannot just sit at home. Assume the way all of us sat at home for 2 years during pandemic, had the companies also sat at home, who would have provided you the food? Who would have provided you the sanitizers? Who would have provided you the clothes and everything, right? Or PPE kits and medicines, right? So that means somebody was working behind, right? Somebody was thinking very innovatively, creatively to create something which can help us during this period. Then emotional intelligence, right? Empathy. You might have seen there were a lot of job losses during that pandemic period again, right? Now, companies need people who can think from others' perspective also, not only from the profit perspective. So you need to understand how to handle this kind of a situation by making a more connection with the people around, right? So that emotional intelligence becomes very important, because you see there is another term which is coming up. All of you would have heard that term, artificial intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence is when machine is thinking, right, what to do, what not to do. But the one of the important thing which machine generally misses is emotions. So when everything is happening with the help of robots, this skill would be very, very important for the coming time, right? So again, would be required. Adaptability and flexibility. You cannot be rigid. Things are changing so fast, and if you say, sir, I have learned this skill, it might be relevant day after tomorrow. So you should be ready to reskill yourself, change to the changing environment around, right? So these are some changes which I have just mentioned here, which probably are required to handle the new age careers. And what are new age careers? Why this word is being used as new age, or we call it as somebody have started also calling it a new normal. You would have heard this word, new normal, right? So that means whatever changes are happening in last 3-4 years probably is a new age, probably is a new normal, right? So that's how you'll have to think about now. So if you think about it, is there any area or anything around you where you still feel technology has not disrupted it? Technology is disrupting everything, right? So that means the new careers which are emerging are more tech based, right? So that's how we'll have to see now how the MBA programs would actually prepare you for those new tech careers. Now let us look at this. This is the MBA programs which we offer at Mittal School of Business, right? MBA and MBA Honors, MBA Business Analytics, Financial Markets, Supply Chain, Hospital and Healthcare, International Business. Now these are as good as you can say that these MBA programs are available all over, right? So what's so different about it? So let me talk about, this is a feature which probably prepares you for all these skills which I have just talked about, right? I have just talked about these skills, right? The changes which are happening all around you. So that means in the MBA program itself, there should be some courses which should prepare you for these changes. So in the MBA program which I am discussing now, we have courses which have spreadsheet modeling and analysis, business statistics and analytics for decision making, research methodology using SPSS, data analytics using R, business intelligence and data visualization using Tableau. Right now, these courses which I am mentioning here, they are not for engineers. They are not for somebody who is very strong in mathematics. These courses are for everyone. And why for everyone? We have already discussed it. A lot of changes are happening is based upon technology. So you may not know the technology in terms of coding and everything, but you should know how to use the technology to take decisions, how to use technology to make your products better, how to use technology to deal with your customers better. So all these courses, they are all common courses for everyone. So they'll prepare you for the changes which are happening all around you because of technology. Plus, apart from that, in MBA, the specializations are very, very important, right? All of you would understand that. So we have 12 courses in specialization in a program of 2 years. We have a modular system, right? So we have 12 courses which are of specialization. If you want to do a dual specialization, that is marketing and finance, then 6 courses from marketing, 6 from finance. So then you can also do dual specialization. Now we have divided these specializations into 2 categories, primarily 2 categories. So it's only for explaining it to you. Otherwise, there is no categorization. But to explain it to you, I have divided it into 2 categories. One is conventional specialization: marketing, finance, HR, operations, retail management, international business, IT, strategy, entrepreneurship, banking. These are age-old specializations, and without them, generally an MBA does not look like an MBA, right? So they are very, very fundamental, and these specializations should exist. But on the other hand, because we are talking about new age careers, that means something which is happening all around you now, those should also be offered, right? So we have a specialization in business analytics, digital marketing, artificial intelligence, machine learning, financial consulting and fintech, financial markets, strategic HRM, product management, e-commerce, agri-business, auditing, investment banking, financial markets, hospital and healthcare, energy and environment management, oil and gas management. So now look at these specializations, right? So I'm not saying that these specializations are important and these are not important. Nothing like that. All specializations are good as far as you have an interest in those specializations. But the changes which are happening around you, those are the specializations which are mentioned in the new age specialization category, right? So that would help you in actually picking up the area, and that would help you in actually building up a new age career, right? So let us say you want to do a dual specialization. So you can pick up one from marketing and from conventional specialization, and one you can pick up from here, let us say digital marketing or product management. So you can make n number of combinations out of these specializations which are being offered here, right? But when you, one thing which I just want to mention here is that when you are comparing, I'm not sure that, I'm sure that you have n number of institutions in your mind when you are thinking of doing an MBA, right? So it is not only that you have thought of only LPU, but when you compare the programs, do compare it on the basis of, do they offer you these wide options? 22 different ranges of specialization, hardly any MBA programs will offer you, right? And the new age specifically would not be existing in many of the business schools. So do compare based upon this. Now I'll talk about another program which is MBA honors, right? So you have industry certifications there, right? The program is designed with help of the industry people, right? Then you have technology focused curriculum. I've already explained it to you, but something which makes it very, very different is that there are few courses which will be delivered by the industry faculty. But what makes it stand apart from any other program, MBA program, even in LPU or anywhere, is that the university actually invests in you, right? University will give you funds. University will give you 10,000 rupees to invest in stock market, right? So that money would be given to you. We will train you how to invest, and we will also evaluate on you on that. But then any profits you make or any losses you make would be yours. So 10,000 is also yours, right? So that's the seed money. Actually, LPU is investing in all of you. There's another kind of seed money where we will prepare you for starting an entrepreneurship venture, right? You need to present your idea to us, right? And if the panel of experts approve that idea, they will give you 3 lakhs to 5 lakh rupees to start the venture on the campus. So another good avenue of getting investment from LPU itself, right? So that's available in MBA Honors. Then further, we will give you more funds on something which you can invest in, let us say writing book, writing a research paper, writing a paper, writing a copyright, right? So these are the avenues where the university would actually invest in you. We will make you part of many competitions. There would be a 4 to 5 days international visit, right, to countries like Dubai, Singapore, and will make you understand the global way of doing business in those countries, right? And you'll interact with industry people there, or academia also there, right, to give you a global exposure. Then a lot of live projects from different companies. So that's what is MBA Honors, a very, very different and a very unique program in itself. There are other industry tie-up programs, like for example MBA Business Analytics, which we offer in collaboration with Wiley, MBA Financial Markets, which we offer with NSC, MBA Supply Chain Logistics, which we offer in tie-up with Safe Educate. So I think now there can be a very common question that should I go in for an industry tie-up program, or should I go in for a generic MBA, or should I go in for MBA Honors? So it would ultimately depend upon what kind of career goals you have. But let us say if you are very, very clear that I want to do business analytics, then why should you spend 1 year in MBA, one term in MBA, which is common to everyone? You should start your business analytics from the very first term itself. Or if you are interested in financial markets, then from very first term, you should study the courses of financial markets. So these programs which are in tie-up with the industry, or which are the specialized programs, there the specialization starts from the day of admissions, right? So then you don't need to actually do one semester which is common to everyone. But then it depends, you need to be very, very clear on what is that you want to do. So we have other programs which are MBA Hospital and Healthcare, MBA International Business, MBA Tourism and Hospitality, MBA 1+1 with international credit transfer options. This is a very good option where you can do 1 year of MBA in LPU and 1 year in with the partner universities, right? Or you can go in for semester exchange also, right? Now this is semester exchange. I'm just giving you an idea on that. If you are not interested to go in for 1 year MBA here or 1 year abroad, you can actually go in for a semester exchange program. So you can complete your 1 semester abroad, and the credits would be transferred to your transcript here, and that would be a degree which would be offered by LPU, right, later on. So I hope you all understand. I don't need to explain it, that this 1 month, 1 term abroad probably gives you a lot of interpersonal skills, will give you a lot of global exposure, self-independence, new experiences, right? This would help you in actually building up a very good profile, and which would help you in getting a good job later on, right? So this is the clips of some of the students who have already gone abroad for study. In case of commerce, though I know that from registration probably that there are less number of commerce and economics students here in this session. So, but if you have any questions later on, I'll take up. But in commerce, we have PhD, MCom, and BCom. And in case of economics, we have PhD, MSc honors, and BSc honors. So again, in terms of curriculum, the curriculum is as enriched as in case of MBA, but I'm not discussing those in detail. But if you have any questions, I would be there to answer those questions after this session. Now, the second piece which I was talking about is very important, is experience, right? This is very, very important to build up a career, and that to a new age career. It's so not only the knowledge which is important, right? It is the experience which you gain in your program that is more important, right? And at LPU, we offer you a program experience which is challenging also within the class and outside the class. And let me tell you, in case of management, commerce, and economics program, the beyond the class experience is much more important than in class experience, because there you get an idea on how to do things practically, right? So that's very important. And if I show you some of the screenshots, let's say I told you we have students from all over the country and 29 different countries. That includes a lot of diversity and inclusivity. I think you would be hearing a lot of news from all over the world that there are a lot of challenges where the people from other countries are not treated well, right? So now when you actually are studying in this kind of environment, this makes you more tolerant towards all other societies and cultures. So it's a wonderful learning experience when you are sitting in a class, you are sharing an example from Kerala, somebody sharing his example from Kashmir, and simultaneously there is somebody sharing his experience from Afghanistan or Tanzania. So there is a lot of good discussion which happens in the class that gives you a wonderful experience. That face-to-face to hybrid, now we are not only teaching face-to-face, but there are a lot of hybrid programs. A lot of opportunities are provided to you to do certifications from NAPTEL, Coursera, Udemy, and assignments are related with MOOC courses. And in last 1 year, 1,000 plus certifications have been earned by the students only through MOOCs, along with what they are studying. So look at the profile. When you go to the market with your resume and then written that you have done all these things, look at the acceptability that the industry would have, probably because I told you outside the class experience and more than what is being written on your mark sheet, that is much more important in case of management programs. Uncertain times from last 2.5 years, I think all of you are in a very uncertain time. When would exams happen? When would boards start their exam? When would college do their exam? When would college open? Right? Would there be a lockdown? Would not there be a lockdown? Look at the China from where we started this. Now they are the last country where we are now having lockdown now also, right? So there is a lot of uncertainty all around. So how the program should prepare you for these uncertainties, right? 2.5 years now down only with what is happening, right? The virus has just become like an Android. Every few days there is a new version coming up, right? New version coming up. So that is making it more uncertain. And we prepare you for that uncertainty through simulation exercises, everyday news analysis, case studies, dilemma situations, scenario planning, role plays, experiential learning activities, etc. Then there is a lot of alumni interactions coming from all over. Look at this person from Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, Kashmir. She's from Rajasthan. She's in bank, right, from Punjab. He is from Nepal. He's from Saudi Arabia. A lot of people coming from all over and talking to you, right? Then the experience of which I was talking of, solving industry problems. So these companies which are mentioned on the slide, they actually bring in a lot of problems. The problems might be related to sales of the product, that might be related to recruiting some new people, it might be related to digital advertising, marketing, right? But then those problems are given to the students and the students work upon those problems with the companies. And that gives you an experience. Why this is important in management? Because in case of medical college, you would always find there is a hospital attached to it, right? Because that is what their lab is. But in case of management, commerce, and economics, our lab is industry. So that means industry need to come to us or we need to go to the industry. So these are some of the mechanisms through which the industry actually comes to us. And the student gets an exposure on working on industry problems before going into the industry. Look at the event we organized. This is Industry 5.0 and around 20 people coming from industry speaking to you. Not only this, in the same time, we had a global business summit. Again, around 20 people coming here, right? Not more than 20 people coming here. So look at, in one term, you probably are interacting with hundreds of people, right? When I say hundreds of people, I'm not inflating the figures, but that's how it is, right? every week probably there would be 1 or 2 people coming and talking to you all. Look at this, I've just given a 56 guest speakers in last term, and some of you who are sitting here probably from BB or BCom would have already, who have done BB or BCom from LPU would have already witnessed these speakers, right? So person from Niti Aayog, right, 12th March. Similarly, there is an international speaker, right? He's again Parsuraman, is again a service marketing international professor. Sister Shivani, you probably would know her. Then again, a person who is known as a father of rural marketing, right? He was here. Again, you would probably know Jay Kishoriji from social sector, right? Then international speaker, again Vishal K. Gupta ji from United States. Look at what he's talking about. Opportunity for fully funded PhD program. So opportunities abroad, right? So all those kind of sessions probably are being done regularly. Macroeconomics, again an international person from Australia. She's from San Marcos, US, right? Middle East. So I've given you a lot of national as well as international. There are a number of them who are coming and speaking to the people, right? And it was made easy because of COVID, right? Let us say if I had to ask this person to travel from Middle East, it was huge, a lot of cost for us, right? Plus it was a lot of time which he had to spend. He had to spend 1 day in travel, speak 1 day, go back. So it takes 3 days. But with the help of the changes which has happened during pandemic, probably now everybody is ready to come and speak to you because they don't need to actually waste time. They can only spend an hour with a student and that's all, right? And they can keep on working in their organization. So that's how we were able to manage a large number of people coming and speaking to all of you. Then there are a lot of student clubs, right? Now, why these clubs are related to your new age careers? Because these clubs are which are organizing activities in and out every day. So when you are organizing activities, you are organizing events, you are getting your managerial skills, and those skills help you in the interviews. When you talk about, I have been the chairman of marketing club and I have organized n number of events, right? So that gives you the confidence, and it's a competition also. Every term we declare which club is doing good. So for example, in this term, finance club has done good, right? They have scored highest marks. And how are the marks given? Based upon the events they participate, the number of people who participates, how many wins, how many did they submit a report or not, right? So all this is giving you a experience of managing things. So these are some of the events they have been organizing, and n number of events are going on, right? So they have been organizing a lot of events during the pandemic also. For example, this event, which was on 2nd October, probably was a mini marathon where everybody ran at their own hometowns because they were not on the campus, and the prizes were given to them by SBI Foundation. Now, the last piece which is mentioning is again very, very important, is your career. Now, look at the career. We actually try and talk about career in 2 ways, right? 3 ways, sorry. One is higher education. A person can go in for PhD. Second is entrepreneurial opportunities, right? So we have a dedicated startup school and incubation center, right? Where I have only talked about seed money, right? I've talked about pathways. I've talked about, I didn't say about it, but I talked about specialization, right? But there are already 50 plus ventures started on the campus, and the 2 images which you see here, they are probably our own students who have started their venture on the campus. These 2 ventures are on the campus. So if you visit the campus, you would be able to meet them and you can see these ventures on the campus. And the third way of placement is campus placement. Now look at these companies which I have mentioned here, and number of companies coming up. These are only few companies. And if I talk about numbers, more than 300 plus companies would have visited for the batch of 2022. But which companies are giving you bigger offers, right? The highest offer of 20 lakhs was given by a company which is into IT sector, right? Now they're hiring management people, right? Product management profile, right? Optimizer is the name of the company, right? So these are the kind of companies where they are new age companies, right? These companies are good. For example, Amazon, Hindustan Unilever Limited, Reliance, Marico, very good companies everybody would like to work with them, right? A stable career, right? But if you look at the in terms of packages or new profiles, for example, there's a profile which has come up is known as growth managers, right? So now these are being given by the new age companies, right? They are offering you new age. But then anybody, any student who is ready to work hard, who prepares the way the institute wants them to prepare, they would not have any dearth of opportunities available on the campus, either for starting the venture or for getting a good placement from the campus. So I think thank you very much. This is all from my side, but you can have your questions ready with you, and I would be here to answer those questions. And now over to Rishiji for second part of the webinar.
Thank you so much, Dr. Verma. It was very, very insightful and very quick. It was wonderful watching you talking on the rankings, why professional education, the programs being offered by your school, the specializations in depth, decision making in uncertain times, and career opportunities as well. It was really, really wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. We have a lot of queries pouring in. I can see Kuldeep Roy is asking few questions. I can see Aditya, Badoria, Dhananjay. I would like before moving on to the next presentation, that's regarding the scholarship by Ms. Rachna Bajaj, I would like to take up few queries which have popped up in front of me, and I request all other attendees also to come up with the queries, and Dr. Verma would be happy taking up all. So, sir, first I see Kuldeep Roy. He wants to know, is there any kind of MBA course for understanding the share market? He's more interested into share market. Any special type of MBA or some specialization is there for this?
You see, though all MBA should actually prepare you for this, right? So that's the first answer. So if you pick up any MBA would give you an exposure of what you have been asking for, right? So that's the first answer. Now, second is where I talked about MBA honors, right? So I told you that we will prepare you for the investment lab. Then the university will invest in you by giving you funds, which you will actually invest in different stocks, and then you can earn money out of it, right? So what can be a better way to understand the stock market than actually investing in it, right? Generally we say that, so what is the best way for swimming? You cannot learn swimming by just reading books or by just understanding classes from some expert, right? You have to actually dive into the swimming pool, only then you can learn swimming. So that's the MBA honors program for you, where you will get the money, because you'll not use your money to take risk, but you are using the university's money to take risk, and we are already preparing you for those risks, right? Then if I talk about, there is a third program which is MBA financial markets. So that's another program which would prepare you for what you are looking for, right? So I'll just summarize. One, every MBA program, there would be some information or some inputs related to stock market for sure, but MBA honors would give you an hands-on exposure, and for continuously 2 years you would be investing, so you can understand the in and outs of this industry. And the third, financial markets, which probably would also prepare you for this.
Wonderful. No answer can be better than this, sir. Thank you so much. Quickly, I move on to Aditya Badoria. But Aditya Badoria wants to know what's the difference between the MBA finance and MBA financial markets.
So you see, MBA finance is a very core domain, right? One difference I can explain is that, first basic difference is, when you say MBA finance, that means you're talking about finance specializations in an MBA program, right? So which is a specialization you have to choose in the second semester, and then you study the courses on finance, where you would have some courses on financial markets also, right? But when you talk about MBA financial markets, then it prepares you only for financial markets. So there would be 10 different courses which we have integrated with National Stock Exchange, NSE, right? So along with your MBA program, you would also get 10 different certifications from National Stock Exchange. That means you will go out with your degree, and you will also go out with 10 NSE certifications, which are widely accepted by the industry. Because I hope all of you would have heard of National Stock Exchange, right? So they have a credibility with them. So when you are having 10 certificates from them, the industry would accept you like anything, right? So that's what the prime difference between these two programs is.
Wonderful, sir. And quickly moving on to, we have a query from Dhananjay Sunil Pratap. Dhananjay, I would like you to take up your query yourself, and I have given you the necessary rights. Please open up your mic. You can unmute yourself and talk to Dr. Verma directly. Dhananjay, please unmute yourself and take up your query. Are you there, Dhananjay? Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Do we have dual specializations in BBA programs also?
In
BBA programs also?
BBA?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So no, in BBA, we don't have a dual specialization, because generally in BBA, you don't have specializations also. In that way, our programs are different. We offer specializations in BBA, right? But there is no dual specialization. But alternatively, what you can do is, in our BBA programs, one, we have a set of courses which gives you specialization, right? Marketing, finance, HR, digital marketing, right? These are specialization areas. But there is set of another 4 courses which we call as minor electives, where you can pick up another area. For example, you pick up app development, right, from CSC. So you can again develop a small specialization in that area too. In that way, you can develop a second specialization also, right? But then, looking at from the conventional specializations which management program offers, we have only single specialization. But using the minor courses, another set of 4 courses, you can develop another specialization area for yourself.
Thank you, sir.
The next I move on to Muhammad Ubaid. Can you hear me, Muhammad Ubaid? I have given you the rights. Please take up your query. As I see you have done B Pharma. Please unmute yourself, Muhammad Ubaid. Yeah.
Good evening, sir. Hello.
You can speak up. We can't hear you right now. Okay, so I think there is some issue with him. So I take up his query. It's already there in the textual form. It is it ideal for B Pharma student to study MBA General?
I didn't get you the first line.
Is it ideal? Is it good to take up MBA after B Pharma?
Right. Okay. You see, it's a good question, and I'll answer it in a different way. That, you see, MBA is a program which adds value to any other program, right? Because when you are doing a B Pharma, you are confined to a domain, and generally, or you take up BTech, or you take up any other stream, BA for example, or BBA, or agriculture, you get confined to a small domain, right? But MBA programs is something which gives you a management orientation, right? So it is just like how to handle things, right? How to grow the businesses, right? Or how to do work in teams, right? So management program is such that even if you go and join the industry after B Pharma, after 2 or 3 years, you would realize that to grow up in the career, you need to do a management program, because most of the companies would ask you for a management program for your promotions or for further growth in the career, right? So in that way, management programs adds value to any of the programs. Second, healthcare or pharmaceutical, right? Pharmas or pharmacy, or whichever stream typically comes in the healthcare bracket. There are a lot of scope of growth now because of what has happened in the last 2-3 years, or otherwise also. There has been tremendous growth opportunities in this sector, right? So there has been a lot of innovations also done in this segment. For example, in case of MBA, we have a healthcare program, right, already. hospital and healthcare management program. So that program would be very, very ideal for you, right? Because that would help you in your own field. How would you actually acquire those management skills and grow in life, right? So general MBA for sure you can do that, but otherwise MBA healthcare and hospital management is also a good program which you can consider. Rishi, right?
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Verma. And we'll quickly move on to Ms. Rachna, giving you a little break, and then we'll take up one or two queries before signing off. It's over to Ms. Rachna. Please, Ms. Rachna, I request you to save some of the money of all the attendees, and telling them about the scholarships and the fee structure as well.
Thank you so much, Rishi sir. I'll just quickly share all the details. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, it's always.
Thank you so much. So before moving ahead with the monetary aspect, I'll be just quickly sharing some of the infrastructure and where the students will be making memories and something about the campus life at LPU. So good evening, everyone. I hope you all are doing fine at your home. So first up in the list, we have LPU creating history when 12 out of 13 LPU students won Olympic medals in Tokyo Olympics. Further, moving ahead with the campus life and exposure offered, as a student, make sure that you enjoy your campus life and gain as much as exposure you can. And if I talk about LPU students have got several opportunities to interact with Nobel laureates and participate in not just national but international level events, international events as well. So I'll quickly show you a few of the events which have taken place at LPU. First up in the list, we have 106th Indian Science Congress with the focal theme of Future India, Science and Technology, which was inaugurated by Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi. Further, we had Nobel laureate Dalai Lama at convocation at LPU. Late President of India, late Shri Pranab Mukherjee, for convocation twice at LPU. We also had late Shri Arun Jaitley for inauguration of LPU Startup School under Mittal School of Business. A very familiar face, Gaur Gopal Das ji, a life coach and a motivational speaker. He interacted with the students and shared several life experiences and motivated them about life. Further, we had some of the heartthrobs. We had Shah Rukh Khan, we had Deepika Padukone for the promotion of Chennai Express. We had Sonam Kapoor. We conducted a Coke studio event at campus. We had MS Dhoni as well. Now let's move ahead with another aspect of our today's conversation, which is the infrastructure of the university. As a student, make sure that you enjoy your campus life and live these moments, and you will be learning in these classrooms, in the laboratories. So I'll just quickly show you a few of the infrastructure which is available for our students when they are at campus. So this is an inside view of our 9-storied central library with approximately 20 lakh books. And I would like to mention that students also have access to these books in online mode as well. Further, an outside view of our amphitheater. We have around 2 to 3 amphitheaters at campus where several Nukkad Nataks or theaters take place. An inside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal auditorium with approximately 2,500 seating capacity, being the largest in this region. Further, an outside view of our university mall. This university mall cover all of the basic necessities, like if I talk about general stores, be it stationery, be it related to clothing, electronic gadgets, dominoes, and apart academics, we want our students to enjoy their leisure time, for which we have bowling area and other gaming facilities available inside this university mall. A gymnasium for our students inside the mall. Hospital facilities with 24 hours ambulance facilities for our students, be it related to eye facility or general wards, dental facility, physiotherapists. So now this is an outside view of our Shanti Devi Mittal Indoor Stadium, which covers several sports facilities. First, we have this is an inside view of our proper Olympic level swimming pool, 10 to 12 badminton courts for our students, a shooting area, a beautiful picture clicked by one of our students, and a mesmerizing night view of our campus. So now let's move ahead with another aspect, which is the fees and scholarship and how you can apply for admissions at LPU. So what you have to do is just simply visit our website, which is www.lpu.in. And here on the top, you can see an icon of admissions. So once you click on this icon, you can see we have segregated all programs as per your qualification. Let's say if you want to take admission in bachelor's program, we have programs listed under 12th, after 12th, after graduation programs, after 12th programs, after post-graduation programs if you want to proceed for PhD and doctorate level programs. So let's say I'm interested in after 12th, which is a bachelor's program. I'll click on it and all the programs which are available in our campus will be available right in front of you. So as today we have students from management, those who are interested in management, commerce and economics background, I'll just quickly show how you can apply for admissions at LPU and what will be the fees and scholarship for it. So let's say I'm interested in management. Here we have all the programs listed under BBM, BBA honors, integrated BBA, MBA and other specialized program. So I'll just click on BBA honors program and all the details related to this program, be it related to the duration, the benefits of opting BBA honors program. Further, the eligibility criteria, which clearly states to take admission in BBA honors, a student should have minimum 60% in 12th with English as a compulsory subject, and a student should have qualified LPU NEST exam, which is National Entrance and Scholarship Test conducted by LPU. I would like to mention that this test is not only for eligibility criteria, but it will also help you avail better scholarship benefits. So further, once you scroll, you can see the rankings, the curriculum of next 3 years, be it first year, second, third year. Further, moving ahead, here we have listed all the electives offered in your curriculum. Further, now here comes the monetary aspect. Although you can see the fees without scholarship for BBA honors program goes 1,20,000 per semester, but we have several categories on the basis of which students can avail scholarship. So let's say if you have scored between 80 to 89% in your 10th or in your 12th, which makes your last two qualification, you can directly fall in category 3, that is of 20%, and your fees will be directly reduced to 96,000 per semester. If you score even better, if you score between 90 to 94.9% in your 10th or 12th, you will directly fall in category 2, that is of 30%, which will gradually reduce your fees to 84,000 per semester. Last but not the least, if you have scored 95% or above in your 10th or 12th, it will reduce your fees to 40%, which will gradually, your fees will be reduced to 72,000 per semester. Let's say you couldn't score well in your 10th or 12th, or you want to score better. We have scholarship on the basis of LP NEST exam as well. I've just mentioned that this test is not only for eligibility, but it will also help you avail better scholarships. So these are the cutoffs which we have mentioned. Out of the exam will be of 90 marks, you can apply for it online. Further, once you scroll down, here we have listed some other scholarships as well apart LP NEST and your last two qualification. We also have scholarship under financial aid for serving or retired defense or CAPA for paramilitary personnel and their dependents. So just I would like to summarize that in whichever category you will avail the maximum scholarship, that one scholarship will be applicable to you for next 3 years for your BBA program. Further, moving ahead with another important point, that is your admission date and how you can apply for it. As you can see, this is our April schedule, which we have listed here. The exams have been already conducted, and for the students, those who have already appeared for this exam and their results are out, make sure that you apply for admission now through your admission portal, because tomorrow is the last date, which is 10th May. And for those students, those who haven't applied yet, the registrations are open. Last date is tomorrow, that is 10th May. Further, you will get exam dates between 15th to 31st May, and accordingly you can proceed for admissions. So you can just quickly click on next or apply now icon here. It will directly route you to our portal, which is admission.lpu.in. You can also visit this website directly. Just make sure you enter your name, email ID, phone number, select your state, your city, and your last qualification. Let's say I'm interested in BBA. 12th will be my last qualification. I'll select management as my program and I'll click here. I authorize LPU to contact me with updates, notification via email, SMS, and WhatsApp, and I'll just simply click on register now. So you can apply for LPU NEST exam first because that's the first step to take admission in BBA Honors Program. Further, if you want to explore more about scholarship, on the top under admission section, we have this icon of scholarship. You can explore all the scholarships which are being offered under a regular program or BCom programs or economics program. And to register for such webinars and to go through the past webinars which we have already conducted, you can just simply click on this icon, LPU's EduFair webinar, and a new page will open where you'll get to see all the past webinars and the upcoming webinars. So you just have to register yourself by filling your name, your email ID, phone number, so that we can share all the details related to this webinar. So I'll just quickly show you. Yeah, here we have on 10th May, LPU, your bridge to be a programmer, a law as your profession. So just click on register and you can simply register for it. And in case if you have any queries, feel free to contact us. On the right side, we have our contact details. Here we have our live video counseling option. We have a schedule a call option. Or you can also get in touch with our WhatsApp team, and you can contact through our helpline numbers, which are available right here on our website. So over to you, Rishi sir. I have covered majority of the important part. In case if there anything, please let me know.
Thank you so much, Ms. Rachna. It was really so insightful and very informative. Can we have Dr. Verma on screen, please? We can take up one query before we leave. Yeah, sir, Ritesh Pratap Singh. He says, good afternoon, sir. It was very interesting session, but I am being overcome by a little bit of worry that I have about my career as I am pursuing BBA financial market. I don't know from where he's doing, but I'm worried and little tensed about have I taken the right decision doing this? Will I be getting good opportunities in the market? I'm confidence wise, I'm feeling little low. Yeah, sir, can you please unmute yourself?
I think probably he would be doing it from LPU, because there are not many institutions which offer financial markets program. But I think he need not worry about it. He has made a very wise decision. And if he looks around, if he understands industry, why is it that every day in the newspaper or in television you would find that scrollers, everybody talking about your investments, everybody talking about IPOs these days, everybody talking about all these investments which are being made, right? So why everybody is talking about it is because the environment is such that one can invest and can make money out of it if he does it wisely, right? But then how does he do that wisely, right? So to advise them how to do wisely, there is a lot of dearth of trained manpower. And probably this program prepares manpower for training people around or advising people around. So when I'm saying advising, it is not one-to-one advising. It can be, you can start your own company, you can do it one-to-one, you can make n number of things out of. So you can be an entrepreneur and start your own stockbroking company. So there are a lot of things which can be done in this field, right? So don't worry, you have made a wonderful choice. And if you want to do a master's also, then probably you can do a general master's. I'll not recommend that you should go in for financial markets master. You should go in for a general MBA or consulting MBA as a master's program, but not financial markets, because you are already prepared for that now. So all the best for your career. Don't worry about it. Your choice is wonderful.
Thank you so much, sir, for making me more confident, Ritesh. That will help you out, definitely. And one quick query from Redul Agarwal. He wants to compare the regular MBA with online one. You might have seen both the options. Sir, can you throw some light on it?
Right. Okay. You see, now there is a lot of discussion which is going on about online MBA programs. Right? Online MBA programs definitely offers a value to the people who are already in job, right? So I'll consider it as an option to people who are already into a job and probably because of financial conditions or whatever reason probably would not be able to leave the job and come back for a regular education. For them, I would suggest that MBA online is definitely a very good option. And if I talk about online MBA from LPU, there are a lot of value additions which we have done in that program. But in comparison, if I talk about MBA program, I think you would have heard my entire presentation where I talked about 3 pockets, right? Knowledge, experience, and career. So the second pocket, which is experience, actually that is the essence of any management program. So if you miss that, then probably you're not doing the right program, right? But in case of online, when people with an experience are doing it, they already have that experience working in the industry, so they don't need that experience. But somebody who is a fresh graduate and goes into online MBA, he misses that important chunk of experience, right? And that's where I think then he is doing a mistake probably, and he would not be able to make a kind of a career he wants to make after MBA. That would only come when he is actually present physically on the campus, interacting with the peers, interacting with the industry people, interacting with the faculty members, organizing events, participating in a lot of events, right? Then only that experience comes in. Or speaking to your alumni, speaking to people from all over the world, right? So that kind of experience is very, very essential for the students to be successful in MBA. Second, when I talked about a lot of technology oriented courses now in MBA program, right? Now let us say if you are doing an online MBA program, a lot of things the student need to do on his own, right? Teachers would be able to explain it, but then you'll have to do fundamentally it on your own. But when you are on the campus, you are doing it hands-on, and there is somebody who is watching you, and there is somebody who is guiding you on to do it. So that's where probably that experience part cannot be replaced by online MBA. So to summarize, I'll just repeat: somebody who is having a good experience in the industry would like to top up his degree program with an MBA for promotions and everything. Online MBA is a wonderful thing, but somebody who is actually entering into the corporate, wants to enter the corporate world, is a fresher. For them, I would always recommend a live MBA program on campus.
Thank you so much, sir, for clarifying all the things which were required. And with this, I would like to say I'm sure the attendees gained the valuable insight into the university and the career options that we are offering. And we hope it was a very positive experience for you as well. The information you shared was very, very enlightening. During this exclusive webinar on the opportunities in management and commerce, the attendees heard from Dr. Rajesh Verma as on how experimental and case-based teaching and focus on doing would help the students to succeed. Hopefully you found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to leverage the information provided to help take a better decision regarding the admission. I'm obliged and once again thankful to Dr. Rajesh Verma and Ms. Rachna Bajaj for strengthening this platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Rishi.